What's up, YouTube? Back at it again. Back at it again. What's more important to women, status or character? That is the topic of the show today. Um, I'm going to play the videos before I give my assessment. But I want to say this: status versus character is a very interesting topic, right? We're going to see just how this plays out.
To be able to live and survive with paranoia on a day-to-day basis, you know,
It's a fucking skill.
it's a skill. It's survival. Like, it's a survival skill. Because imagine going through life not being able to trust everybody or anybody.
I have it tatted on me. Trust no one.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah.
Where's that tattoo at?
Right here.
But all right, when you got that tattoo, were you in survival mode?
Yeah, and I feel like I still struggle with that. I think I'm more aware of it now, after my last experience with my ex. I'm going to therapy, but for sure, I feel like I've basically been in survival mode all my life. Since I was a kid.
So if I give you $10 million today,
Mhm.
I give you $10 million today.
Mhm.
I'm saying, all right, that's a good amount of money,
Yeah.
right? That's not survival mode money no more,
Nope.
right?
It's not survival mode.
I give you $10 million today. Do you feel like you start to change how you look at the people that's closest to you because they start asking for you, or start asking they start asking for a lot of things from you, things that you've never even thought that they would ask, or get upset when you tell them no?
So I've already experienced that to some shape or form. So I can only imagine as you progress, and if I have fucking $10 million, everybody's gonna be on my ass asking for this, that, and they definitely won't like my response. But it is what it is. I'm prepared for it.
But that's my thing. So like, you're never leaving survival mode. Shout out to Clarissa Shields. She had the biggest reflective moment recently when she had an interview, and she was talking about how like she's helped her family, and she's supported them in many different financial ways, but she's learned something very valuable, and it's not what you can give your peers.
Yeah.
They want what you have. Right. So mind you, she comes from Michigan. I believe she comes from a survival area, right? Survival mode area. And now she's she's literally one of the top, if not the top female boxers in history. And she's well paid.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, I look at all these people and it's like, why do we strive for success thinking that is going to bail us out of survival mode? And if anything, is going to put us in more of a survival mode than we've ever been in. We're never going to be able to look at people the same way.
That just sucks.
But that's the reality, you know? That's the
We're just always
reality.
in survival mode. That's horrible for us.
I think it's important.
Survival mode because they have to feed everybody and they have a support system, or is it because they feel like somebody's gonna attack them, or like they want what they have, like you said earlier?
I think you just don't know people's true intentions until you have something that they need.
Yeah, that's true.
And until you get to that point, you won't ever understand, right? And even the people that you help, you're gonna soon find out that there's not enough help that you can give them, right? Unless you literally change lives with them.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part, because some of these people you've grown up with.
Lives.
Well, you can't swap lives with them, right? You can't swap, and that's my thing. So when it comes down to success, I don't think that success should be shared. I think success is only meant for those who can deal with high pressure, paranoia,
for sure.
And just, it sounds crazy.
I agree. No, I agree 1,000%. I feel like,
So you don't believe in like putting other people on if you're like up there?
no,
You can try. It's not gonna work.
You could still. I mean, I still attempt, right? Because you want to
A clear
Get good
conscience.
karma. Like you want to say you attempted, you did something, and what you do with that is on you now. And that's how I see it. Like I give you that play, and how you move, that's on you. But you can't, like you said, you can't force anybody to be successful, and not everybody's you.
Do you think that the people around you are in the position that they're in life because of unfortunate circumstances or terrible habits? That's the question you need to ask. And when you understand that the habits that they have put them in that position, you understand that there's no way that you can change their life even if you gave them everything you got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate part. So you want to help them, and you do it for your clear conscience. You do it because like you get to say, I at least tried. I
Mhm.
tried to help you.
Yeah.
And now you cannot care freely. Right? You cannot care freely.
Yeah, but not everybody is built for it. Not everybody is built for what success comes with.
But like, what fun is it if you're like up here and then all your like peers are not? You know,
That's why
You're gonna meet new peers.
I'd always think like,
You meet new
in my
peers.
time, I would, want everybody else to come up with me. I wouldn't like leave them and be like,
It's not leaving them. Especially if you're attempting. If they don't meet you at the top, like how's that your fault?
no.
yeah, I
As long
mean,
as like I'm obviously presenting an opportunity.
Yeah, that's
So, like
it.
you said, I tried.
You tried, and then you're always gonna meet new peers.
the job of a successful person and their peers is to provide an
What's up, Lloyd? Yes. How you doing, sir?
opportunity for their peers. Whether or not they maximize that opportunity is on them. If you look at Rich Paul and LeBron James, best friends for a long period of time, if not their whole lives, LeBron provided him an opportunity. He maximized it and was able to make himself and LeBron hundreds of millions of dollars, if not more. I'm pretty sure that LeBron probably had a couple other friends that didn't make it, but he also did try. He did present opportunities to a couple of his friends, and they all were able to maximize it. So when it comes, yeah, you're right. Why do you want to live life without bringing the people up with you? Of course you do, but your job is to provide an opportunity. But with that opportunity, you're going to realize why they are who they are and why they're at where they're at. And if they maximize it, then you understand that they had the ability the whole time, but you're never gonna know until you give them that chance. And when you do, you hope for the best. What's going on, everybody? It's your man Rico Hundo. Ladies, I request big energy, please. It's going to be a vibe. We're gonna be talking about current events, different perspectives. And maybe even too. And it's some type of compromise that then has to happen, right? To rekindle that mother-daughter relationship. And I'm only speaking from my personal experience because I'm seeing what is happening.
And I'm sure your mom has hella advice and guidance for you, because your mom looked like she one of us. Like
One of us.
like she's like,
That girl?
like you could tell she, when she's still pretty. Like her body's still nice and done. Like she's still like a young mom. Like, she's a little bit older than me, but she's still a young mom. You could see it in her. So I'm sure in her younger years, she was outside running shit. So it's like, I'm sure she has experience and guidance for you too. I'm sure there's things that you have ran to me and Holiday about that you could even run to her about. It's just unfortunately right now you guys are not there. But like, if you could get there,
So because do you think I'm the child, that I'm the one that needs to be submissive to the situation?
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I say
that's
this
normally how it go though.
because I also don't.
I'm a mother, so my kids better submit.
See, and I don't agree with that too, because I empower my. So they realized that what they thought their market value was and what they thought they could obtain, they can't. So now they're trying to go back to where they technically belong. But like you said before, that doesn't mean that person is going to accept you back, especially if your ex has now climbed the charts and now they're above where you met them and you're still at the same spot where you left them. I think it's important if you're going to leave somebody, you need to make sure that you understand that you're going to come back. If you ever decide to revisit, you have to be a better version of you. You have to be a more established version of yourself. You have to be a more, equipped, whether it be assets and or wisdom, knowledge, whatever it may be. You have to have more attributes than you actually left with when you try to double back. If you try to double back and even if you're making more money, but you're still the same person, you're still the same person. You know what I'm saying? So there's
The bottom line, women love status. Women will pick status over character. Character is, you get lucky once in a while. And come up on a woman with your character. Maybe get you some coochie. But it's not sustainable. Character is not sustainable because of the woman's hypergamous nature. She will always look for a better option. A woman will always look for the most successful option because a woman is always looking to elevate herself. See, women, they look to elevate. They're not really looking to elevate you and her. She's looking for you to elevate so she can then elevate. She wants you to elevate so she can then elevate in front of her friends, her family. Yeah, look at me, bitch. Yeah, get like me. And if you're not giving her that, that status she wants as a boss bitch or a successful woman, she's out of there. So yeah, women love status way over character. Because number one, character is very difficult to maintain. Right? You can be only so nice, so kind, god damn. Right? We all have our moments, right? So yeah. And the guys who do lead with character, they're left the most.
Those are just my tips.
Unless money was the issue, which for the case of marriage and divorce, they say that that's the number one reason why people separate.
I want to go back and I want to tie both of your points together when you were referring to, men being able to step out of their relationship because he is the sole provider or whatever the case may be. Historically, that was the norm, right? And I want to tie that into what's happening right now in terms of doubling back, right? Some people double back after the infidelity has happened in the original relationship. You know why? Because it takes an actual conscious, aware person to understand that being unfaithful does not mean you're being disloyal. If I'm still doing everything that I was doing for you, okay? If I come home and I make you happy, if I take care of home, I take care of kids, I do everything, I'm the workhorse, but you caught me stepping outside, that doesn't mean I was disloyal. That means I was unfaithful.
I agree.
I still never stopped doing the things that I promised to provide for us. And I still never stopped, making you unhappy. Granted, if you are doing, stepping out because there is an unhappiness, that's way different.
I'm gonna just go on a tangent a little bit. Sorry.
I love it.
But
thought provoking.
Now, when you're with a woman, right? She's doing a lot of things to bring when you're with a woman that you love, obviously she's bringing a lot of things to the table that you obviously need and desire. So if she steps out on you, you once said that you won't take that woman back. Why
That's
is
not what
there a
I've ever said.
difference?
Actually, in fact, I love correcting people. In fact, the way I actually got my job at 8 at the
That's all,
table,
Raven. Hold on.
the way I got my job at 8 at the table was saying that if I was doing it, especially if I was doing it as well, I got to charge it to the game. And I realized that life, first of all, I stepped out in other relationships. So if I'm in a good relationship, and most men are probably going to deny it, but I realize that most men are just going to deny it to themselves.
Mhm.
If you're in a good relationship with a woman and she steps out on you and she was still doing everything that she needed to do, granted, it depends on how she steps out. If she built a relationship, that's one thing. We're talking about like maybe a girl's trip. She fuck around and fuck Drake. I'm going to be
I
mad.
think I do remember you saying, okay.
I'm going to be like, yo, I got to charge it to the game. You know what I'm
You did
saying?
say
That's just
that.
what happens. You know what I'm saying? But if you go out and you go get a Pico and not a Rico, then we have an issue. Like, you're not gonna go below this. Like, nah, I know you're just desperate.
Okay.
You know, but that was just to clarify.
But back to your point though, about the loyalty, disloyalty, unfaithfulness. So that is so key. When I work with my clients, I ask them, what do you want? Like the notebook, like, what do you want?
Yeah.
And many times people use this term of, I want someone who's loyal. And that's not the word that they actually, I'm like, let's Google it. Like, are we sure that the words that you are using and the attributes that you're looking for is actually descriptive of what you want? And that's exactly it. Like, I want someone who's faithful.
Mhm.
Okay, so then that's a different animal. So I agree with you 100% in that regard. Back to your comment though of how many times are we going to accept the unfaithfulness? Like what are the circumstances, like you said, the Drake versus the Pico, like what are the circumstances that are, I didn't want to use that word, but
It is what it is,
like
yeah.
acceptable. And then also in your case, you said charge it to the game if you were doing dirt, if you weren't doing the dirt.
No, I'm talking about even previously.
Yeah, in the
I've already did my listen, karma is coming. I don't know how she coming, but if it coming, like, well, I guess this is what I deserve. This is what happens.
So you just
You know.
want to just deal with it.
I know what I was. Listen, I know everything that I did in my life. It wasn't the most reasonable, right? But you know, you see the foot tap.
I do think that disloyalty and unfaithfulness can go hand in hand, though, because you're unfaithful but still be loyal to me. Like, I understand what Rico was saying, like he's still doing all of these things, but what are you telling this side bitch? Like, what are you telling this girl that you're cheating? Are you saying like my wife at home is a piece of shit, like oh she's so annoying, blah blah blah? You're disloyal.
Yes.
But if you be like, I'm fucking you, but I love my wife, like I'm not leaving her. This is not like we're not gonna be in a relationship. Like I love her, I'm going back. That is loyal. How you talk
That's
about
me right there.
How you talk about me behind my back is you being loyal to me. So I feel like that goes.
And they love it. They love it. Women love that. You know, it's sickening.
Ew.
Women love.
And
If you tell a girl,
no way,
yo,
they got me
listen,
over here.
we about to mess
I'll
up.
be loyal.
If we about to mess around, but I'm telling you right now, I love my girl. Do not fuck my shit up. Some women would be like, wow,
Don't even talk.
I
about
want that.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
I want that too.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm here
no
with you
matter
right
what.
now, but don't be talking shit about my girl.
No, yeah. What? I will fight you. Like,
Oh,
yo,
yeah,
we
like,
can fuck.
we
You
can
better
fight
not talk
right
shit about
now.
my wife. Like, you know, but women love that because at the end of the day, this is what I believe. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I could be in my own space.
And that's what we have to marry, guys. That's what we have. That's what, like, somebody that's gonna tell me like I'm gonna cheat on you, but well, I had your back.
No,
Like,
I'm not saying this is what we should want, but I'm just trying to
It's the
let
reality.
them know how
I'd rather be alone.
loyalty.
You know how many-
I would rather be alone.
You wouldn't rather be alone. You'd rather be lied to. See, that's the thing. There's so much infidelity. And you know, for a long time, even here at 8 at the table, I fought to not say normalize infidelity, normalizing the act of cheating. But guess what? It is more normal than it is unnormal. And we need to start to embrace it. And there's some people who need to actually be like, yo, you know what? Cheating on me isn't a full deal breaker, depending on how many times it happens.
Okay, fine.
No, but if
said
you
that
that
and I got
loyal to me,
cursed.
don't let me find out.
Okay,
So
fine.
you said that what?
Literally, it was reposted today where I said that. I said that on the podcast before, that I said, I am married, right? I am legally married to my husband. And if he cheated on me one time, and again, depending on the circumstances, that I might not necessarily divorce him. And the thing is that most women, and I would even say people, would say the same thing, but they don't want to say it aloud because it's awkward or it's embarrassing. A lot of folks, I'm not doing 50-50 with a man because then that means we're roommates. And most of those bitches is doing 50-50. They just don't want to say it aloud because the expectation is that as a woman, woman, these are the standards you should have. And people are lying, and they're lying because of social media. They're lying because of pressures. They're lying because of society. 9 times out of 10, folks are forgiving their wives, even though men will not admit it.
Yeah.
And they are forgiving their husbands, even though they don't want to admit it. They are.
Is it that relationships get like boring maybe, or there's not enough sex in the relationship? Like, what is it that makes people decide, all right, you know, like, because in that case, why even be in a relationship if that part is just not fulfilling?
I think that there's something that's lacking in the relationship. And I would even venture out to say that it's not even necessarily the quality of sex or the quantity of sex with their actual partner. It's not even that. I think sometimes people don't feel seen. They don't feel appreciated. It's the attention that this new person offers. A lot of times, especially if you speak to women, they don't even intend on the sexual act. They don't even intend, like, they don't even care about actually having sex with this outside person. It's the phone calls, it's the text messages, it's the compliments, it's the gifts, it's the dates that are more attractive. And then by default, eventually, like, well, I might as well have sex because that's the direction we're going in. But it's not even about the sexual act many times.
So there's been possible times that you considered doubling back to an ex. What was the one thing that was pulling you back personally into that old relationship?
Just the vibe.
Loneliness.
Damn.
Just the vibe.
I'm just,
Oh, the loneliness.
it was, my heart wasn't aching to go back.
I don't get loneliness.
Like I didn't like miss him that bad, but I was just like, all right, I'm real bored. But he not even texting me no more. Like, all right, I'm gonna text him. Let's see what's up.
A lot of
Let me
times
see if he
our
missed-
partners be our best friends. Like, we talk every single day, multiple times a day. Like, you miss your best friend. So it's not even an issue of that person being the shit, but it's like, damn, like, I didn't get a text this morning. Like, no one asked me if I ate today. That's what you miss. It's like you miss relationship shit, not necessarily that person. Like, anyone could have been in that slot, but now I don't have nobody who's going to talk to me while I drive home. I don't have anybody to complain about my job to. Like, just missing that engagement.
Everybody needs a friend. I think more that's what it is. Everybody needs a friend. Everybody needs someone to vent to, someone to talk to, someone to, you know, complain to, whatever. I think that's when you have somebody that's there all day. You guys can, you know, you can complain about everything.
So you ladies never wanted to go back to an ex.
But see,
because
I think I was more busy because I don't even remember like feeling lonely. Like, oh, I want to just talk to somebody because I'm lonely. I'm just like, I can't even really remember ever being like, oh, I'm so lonely. I hate it here. I don't know. Like,
So my
that's one
question
thing
is,
that I just personally can't really.
none of you ever was like, hey, maybe I might want to consider giving my ex a second chance or a second stab at it because they were a good person?
I mean, good person doesn't mean good relationship.
Well, they were a good person, and maybe you did have a good relationship. I'm just trying to figure out, you know, did you have a good relationship that, you know, met some type of obstacles that, you know, led you to split up, and then maybe you know, like, thought about like you should give another stab at it?
Yeah, no, I mean, I told you there's one situation. Yeah, but I just,
because you said the vibe, but what is the vibe? Like, what was the vibe that made you say, hey, I should give this another chance?
We had a good mindset together. We both had the same like goals, and we felt like we, you know, together we were just like, we complimented each other. Even when we would go outside, we would always get compliments like, oh my God, you guys look great together, you know, like that shit feels good. You know, you're with someone, you work out together, you have the same goals, you want to go certain places like together, you know, you have a similar mindset, and in a way that makes you be like, yo, I miss that. I miss being with someone that gets me.
Let's start with the ladies, okay?
We're starting with who?
The ladies.
Wow.
In terms of delusionality. I just made that word up. It sounds good. Okay.
Delusionality.
It sounds good, right?
Can we get it like a written out right there?
Delusionality. All right, man.
It's not reality.
You gotta put it now.
One of the biggest issues, salary. The expectation that their man or the gentleman that they're dating should be making this six figure number. Okay. Now, we're in the tri-state area, so I understand the desire to want to be with someone who's making six figures because you kind of just need that in order to function, right? But this expectation that that's what someone should be earning in order for them to be worthy of you is impractical, and I'm gonna tell you why. That they could lose their job in any given moment. So if you're giving someone a chance based on how much money that they make, and tomorrow they are unemployed and homeless or whatever it is, then you're now stuck with the dude who's unemployed or homeless because you only mess with him because of how much money he made. Secondly, it's not about how much money you make, it's how you manage it. Somebody could be the top cardiologist at a hospital making $400,000, and they own 10 cars, and they have 4 houses that they're underwater, and they're paying child support and alimony, and they're broke every week. So looking at a specific figure as a measure of whether or not you should date someone is problematic and it's not going to work. So that's one of the biggest issues that I see with the ladies. Secondly, with the ladies, height. In what world does someone's height dictate how well they're going to treat you or how good of a husband or father they're going to be? There's nothing about that man's height that's going to make him a better human being. So, and again, I'm not saying that you should be dating folks who are necessarily like super shorter than you, but you're 5'2" and he has to be 6 feet. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
that's
It's
weird.
unreasonable. Even in your tallest heels, he's still going to be taller than you. And I understand generally the idea is the taller the man, the bigger the man, the more likely he is to protect you. It's more animalistic than it is like reality, but still impractical. The gentleman. There's this desire to have a woman who has this very particular physique, especially for Black women, right? Usually bigger titties, smaller waist, flat stomach. However, usually the women who look like that are going to have higher expectations than what that man can afford. And it's not nice to say, but if she's getting tons of attention and she's this really beautiful woman with this amazing physique, then that means that usually she's going to date the kinds of guys who do have the 6 figures, who are taller, right? Who are more seemingly attractive. You probably can't afford the lifestyle that she's going to ask for. So it's unrealistic to have this, I want a woman that has this body, or I want a woman who looks like this. And we're not looking at her personality. We're not looking at her behavior. We're not looking at her traits. And then you're surprised when she's an airhead, or you're surprised when she's a bitch. Well, that's what you wanted. That's what you got.
That what you get, what you got is what you get. And that's all, folks. Just a quick stream. Maybe you learned something today. And women, they don't know what they want.